for inviting me to be here today. It is Sunday, and I still don't believe that I'm actually here. Second of all, I want to thank all of you for joining us today, because it's amazing that we get to meet the judges and all the speakers and everybody, and thank you so much for the families for their support. Thirdly, I want to just say how mind-blowing the other finalists have been, especially the younger ones. I had no idea how amazing you all would be, so thanks for coming this far with me. Okay, my name is Alison Neubauer, and I'm representing Team Awesome Sauce from the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. My road to eco-consciousness started when I was a little girl. I was homeschooled until 8th grade, so I didn't have the opportunities of clubs and things like that that most children did. But my family was really supportive, so we were always into recycling, and we did composting, and my favorite snack as a child was Annie's Cheddar Bunnies, and every summer for the month of July, my family would camp host at a local campground. So all of this made me care about the planet more and nurtured me to be as eco-conscious as I could be as a child. Looking back, however, I realized that those weren't even any steps compared to what I could have been doing. But because of this nurturing childhood, I decided to get a job at the Nutrition Center, which is a locally owned nutrition and whole food store in my hometown. The owner of the Nutrition Center, Linda France, helped me learn more about natural living. But you know, at that point in my life, I was a senior in high school. I cared about what she had to say. I loved the planet, but it wasn't what I was looking for. Conventional living was cheap, it was convenient. I had a part-time job during high school, so if I wanted to go get fast food, that's what I wanted. I didn't want to care about all the implications of agriculture and this and that and all of the steps on the way to where that burger got me. I just wanted a burger. So after high school, I didn't want to go to college. I really did not want to, but my family encouraged me to go anyway, and I transferred schools a couple different times, and I was just about ready to drop out of college in the middle of my sophomore year when I got to Stevens Point University. I explained the situation to my academic advisor, and she was very helpful with me, and she suggested that I just take a very light course load. So I was okay with that, it sounded great. But one of the courses was Geography 101, and I hated science. I didn't want to take this class, but I had to for my gen eds, or whatever they're called. And so I hesitantly agreed, and more of the reason I hesitantly agreed because it was human impacts on the environment. So, sounded like it might be okay. Halfway through the semester, we got to the industrial agriculture section. And at that point, geography stole my heart. I have not looked back since, and geography is literally my life. At this point in the semester, we watched the movie Food, Inc. I'm sure that with the audience that is here today, most of you have seen that movie. If you haven't, please watch it. I decided on the spot to become a vegetarian. I had been a vegetarian on and off throughout my life, but at that point I was never going to look back. I started doing research outside of classes. I started reading books by authors like Michael Pollan, who is now my favorite author, once again. If you haven't read anything by his, check it out, please. And as I learned more and more, I fell more and more in love with the planet and with the eco movement. So at this point in my life, a friend suggested that I watch the movie Forks Over Knives. Once again, please watch it. The night that I watched it, I officially became a vegan. I also, at that point, decided to cut out artificial energy drinks from my diet as well. In an effort to stay healthy as a vegan, I headed online to find information and learn more, and I went particularly to Tumblr, which has an awesome vegan community. Within a few weeks, I was happier and healthier than I had been in years. I mean, I was losing weight, my anxiety was going away, I felt fantastic. And then came that fateful day. A post appeared on my Tumblr dashboard about Project Green Challenge. And it turns out, amazingly enough, that Jessa West, who was a finalist last year, is the one who posted it, and I got to meet her, so thank you so much, Jessa, because you changed my life. But anyway, this post talked about how wonderful it was, and there were prizes, and it was life-changing, and that it was free. So as a poor college student, I was like, I can do this. Whatever, I'll give it a shot. Well, Jessa was right. Everything about it was amazing and life-changing. I had no idea what to expect, but I figured I already knew everything. I thought the projects would be boring, I thought they would be lame, I thought I wouldn't learn anything. I figured I could just fly right through them without a second thought. Boy, was I wrong. About halfway through the month, I met up with my family to celebrate my birthday, actually. My mom and I have been talking every single day about the challenges and about the projects, but we haven't seen each other since the month began. She told me how proud she was of me. She gave me this huge hug, and she was just like, I can't believe how far you've come. She also told me that she'd been printing off the submissions that I'd won for challenges, and she was sharing them with her coworkers, her friends, and my dad, and little did I know, but that was the ripple effect in action. And here I was halfway through the month, and my voice was being heard. So I got really, really excited. I had all these new products that I had won. I had all this information that I had found. All of it was just at my disposal, and I really realized that I could make a difference. I wanted to tell absolutely everybody that I knew. I started telling my teachers, my friends, my coworkers, and the coolest part was that they actually listened. I had a teacher who I asked if I could do a Meatless Monday presentation for, and I didn't expect a yes, and she's like, of course you can, that sounds awesome, everybody's gonna be interested. And of everybody in the room, only one person said that they were not moved by my presentation and that they would not consider Meatless Mondays. So I think it was 14 out of 15 people said that they would actually try to make that switch. So I was actually making a difference. At this point, I still had a lot to learn. And I still do. I have way more to learn. But at this point, the one that had really moved me was the labeling challenge from day 3. My biggest passion is sustainable agriculture, and I could tell you all sorts of stuff about that, but the natural one is the one that I wanted to share with you today. This is a really big deal for me because I love to buy stuff smeared with the word natural. Natural, organic, you got it, I'll take it. What I knew, but I never really realized, was just what those words didn't mean. I knew they didn't necessarily guarantee the right kind of natural, but it had never clicked. So now that is something that I absolutely pay attention to thanks to Project Green Challenge, and I tell everybody about it. All right, so the thing that I learned from Project Green Challenge is that it's great to know something and to learn something and to tell others, but you will never make a difference unless you are the difference. I think that slide's not there. But anyway, as Gandhi said, you need to be the change that you see in the world, or that you wish to see in the world. So, okay. This means that I need to make these changes. First in my life, and then I need to put that ripple effect into action. During the gardening challenge, I had made numerous attempts to contact the Sustainability Club at UWSP. I never heard back from them. I was really disappointed, and I decided to make it my goal to revitalize the Sustainability Club. Well, right before I left for California, I decided to send an email to a different person, and lo and behold, that different person told me everything. So the Sustainability Club meets once a week, they're super active, they do this and that, they're part of the community garden. And so I sent an email back, and I told them about Project Green Challenge, and I told them about how far I've come and everything that I've done, and I told them I want to tell them about everything I've learned. And so she emailed me back right away, and she's like, okay, come back with everything you want, tell us how much time you need, we want to hear it. So my goal when I get back to Stephen's Point is to help the Sustainability Club be even more sustainable and to go as far with that as I possibly can. I know that my time is running out, but my most important thing that I want to say today is that my presentation had 2 titles for a reason. If you'll think back, the first one was The Road to Marin County. That is my entire life. This didn't start on October 1st. It started when I was a little girl and my family was supportive and helpful and environmentally conscious. But the second title is the one that I want you to leave with today. It was the end of the beginning. Just because a grand prize winner is going to be chosen tonight and we're all going to get home and get on our flights back either tonight or tomorrow morning, that doesn't mean that our personal projects are over. October was just the beginning, and tonight is only the end of the beginning. It is not the end of the end. When we board our flights and head home, it will be the start of chapter 2. So what we need to do is we need to make it worth it, and we need to keep the green rippling on. Thank you so much.